ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, सादर प्रणाम माताजी।
Sadar Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Today is January 6, 2025. Let us recite Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. So now it's just the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. So we will recite first and then we will just discuss the remaining portion of Bhagavad Gita as much as we are able to cover today. So let's recite chapter 18, Moksha Yoga, conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasasya Mahabaho Tattvam Ichchami Veditum Tyagasya cha Hrishikesha Prithakkeshi Nishudana. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam Sannyasam Kavayo Viduhu Sarva Karma Phalatyagam Prahustyagam Vichakshanaha. त्याज्यं दोषवद् इत्येके कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यम् इति चापरे निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम् नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागस्तामसः परिकीर्तितः दुःखम् इत्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशाभयात् त्यजेत् स कृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागाफलं लभेत् कार्यम् इत्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागः सात्विको मतः न द्वेष्ट्यकुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुषज्यते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो मेधावी छिन्न संशयः न हि देहभृता शक्यं त्यक्तुं कर्माण्यशेषतः यस्तु कर्म फलत्यागी सत्यागीत्यभिधीयते अनिष्टमिष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मणः फलं भवत्यत्यागिनां प्रेत्या न तु सन्न्यासिनां क्वचित् पञ्चैतानि महाबाहो कारणानि निबोध मे। सांख्ये कृतान्ते प्रोक्तानि सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम्। अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता करणं च पृथग्विधम्। विविधाश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवात्र पञ्चमम्। शरीरवान् मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रारभते नरः न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा पञ्चैते तस्य हेतवः। तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वान् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः। यस्य नाहङ्कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते। ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना। करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः। ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैवा गुणभेदतः। प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि। सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावम् अव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम्। पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसम्। यत्तु कृत्स्नवद् एकस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तम् अहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवद् अल्पं च तत्तामसम् उदाहृतम्। नियतं सङ्गरहितम् अरागद्वेषतः कृतम् अफलप्रेप्सुना कर्म यत्तत् सात्विकमुच्यते। यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहङ्कारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसम् उदाहृतम्। अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्षा च पौरुषम् मोहाद् आरभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते। मुक्तसङ्गो नहंवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते। रागी कर्मफलप्रेप्सुर्लुब्धो हिंसात्मको शुचिः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः। अयुक्तः प्राकृतः स्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते। बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानम् अशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय। प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्ये कार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी। यया धर्मम् अधर्मं च कार्यं चाकार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ राजसी। अधर्मं धर्मम् इति या मन्यते तमसावृता सर्वार्थान् विपरीतांश्च बुद्धिः सा पार्थ तामसी। धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी। यया तु धर्मकामार्थान् धृत्या धारयतेऽर्जुन प्रसङ्गेन फलाकाङ्क्षी धृतिः सा पार्थ राजसी। यया स्वप्नं भयं शोकं विषादं मदमेव च न विमुञ्चति दुर्मेधा धृतिः सा पार्थ तामसी। सुखं त्विदानीं त्रिविधं शृणु मे भरतर्षभ अभ्यासाद् रमते यत्र दुःखान्तं च निगच्छति। यत्तद् अग्रे विषमिव परिणामे मृतोपमम् तत्सुखं सात्विकं प्रोक्तम् आत्मबुद्धिप्रसादजम्। विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् यत्तद् अग्रे मृतोपमम् परिणामे विषमिव तत्सुखं राजसंस्मृतम्। यदग्रे चानुबन्धे च सुखं मोहनम् आत्मनः निद्रालस्य प्रमादोत्थं तत्तामसम् उदाहृतम्। न तद् अस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्त्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यदेभिः स्यात् त्रिभिर्गुणैः ब्राह्मणक्षत्रियविशां शूद्राणां च परन्तप कर्माणि प्रविभक्तानि स्वभावा प्रभवैर्गुणैः शमोदमस्तपः शौचं क्षान्तिरार्जवमेव च ज्ञानं विज्ञानमास्तिक्यं ब्रह्म कर्म स्वभावजम् शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानम् ईश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम् कृषि गोरक्ष्य वाणिज्यं वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजम् परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शूद्रस्यापि स्वभावजम् स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मा निरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु यतः प्रवृत्तिर्भूतानां येन सर्वम् इदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तमभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावान् नियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषम् अपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः असक्तबुद्धिः सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगतस्पृहः नैष्कर्म्यसिद्धिं परमां सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तो धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी यत वाक्कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तो ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम् भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावान् यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विशते तद् अनन्तरम् सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम् चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धियोगम् उपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव मच्चित्तः सर्वदुर्गाणि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि अथ चेत्त्वम् अहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्ष्यसि यदहङ्कारम् आश्रित्य न योत्स्या इति मन्यसे मिथ्यैषा व्यवसायस्ते प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धः स्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यस्यवशोऽपि तत् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम् इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्यैतद् अशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽसि मे दृढम् इति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम् मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते परिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य mamekam sharanam vraja, aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. So we'll continue from 67 today. So what did we hear in 66? Krishna is giving Arjun the most confidential knowledge. What is the most confidential knowledge? Just give up all other karmas and do only my direct devotional service 24/7. Of course, you need a qualification to do that. And in the case of Arjun, did he have that qualification? Actually, if you look at Arjun as an eternal associate, of course he has the qualification. But he's playing the role of a conditioned soul when he is illusioned and he didn't want to fight. So in his case, then how Krishna is saying you drop everything and you surrender to me? Because if Krishna said you surrender to me, then Arjun would have just surrendered and he would have left the battlefield, isn't it? But he actually went and fought anyway. So Krishna is telling Arjun that, my dear Arjun, you can drop everything, you simply surrender unto me, and you do only direct devotional service. Why Krishna is saying that? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining. Anyone remembers why Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling Arjun that you should give up everything and you should do only direct devotional service? Quickly, if you remember. You don't remember? Okay, I'll just say. Because Krishna said, actually, it is my rule that unless you get Dridha Shraddha and you surrender unto me, you cannot drop your karma and then do direct devotional service. But in your case, I'm breaking my vow. I'm used to doing that. Sometimes I do that. I break my own promise, like I did it in the past. I said I won't pick up any weapons in the battle of Kurukshetra. Still, I picked up weapon for the sake of Bhishma. Like that, sometimes I break my own promise. So because you're so dear to me, in the previous verse he said, right? Pratijani priyosime, you're very, very dear to me. And before that also he said, I love you so much, you're so dear to me. That's why I'm repeating the whole thing again for you, because I cannot see you, go through any difficulty in trying to recollect the whole Bhagavad Gita. So I'm going to give you the essence. So here also Krishna is saying, because you're very, very dear to me, therefore in your case, I'm transgressing. You know, I'm giving you that free pass. You don't need to. So how you'll get Dridha Shraddha? Only when you get the mercy of a pure devotee, then you'll get Dridha Shraddha. So because previously he said 56, 57 verses, he said, because Arjun, you did not get that the mercy of a pure devotee, and you didn't get Dridha Shraddha, and that's why you're not qualified to just do direct devotional service, drop every karma and do direct devotional service. You're not qualified for that. So you do your karma, but you do it like this. You do your karma, offer the result to me, and also simultaneously while doing karma and at all times, you always think of me. That's the instruction for all of us. And also after that, when Krishna says, um, then this karma, how you're performing this karma, it is all being facilitated by Paramatma. If Paramatma is not there, we cannot do anything. So therefore, take full shelter of that Paramatma, you take full shelter, right? You surrender to that Paramatma, like that Krishna said. So before that, Krishna talked about Jnana Yoga, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. That means you'll achieve Brahman. Now Krishna is saying Paramatma is the one who's facilitating everything, therefore you surrender to Paramatma. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his commentary explains, here Guhyam, I told you the other day, Guhyam, Guhyataram and Guhyatamam. Krishna said, now I told you Guhyam means confidential knowledge and also more confidential knowledge, Guhyataram. Now I'm going to tell you most confidential knowledge, Guhyatamam. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains it like this. Guhyam means Jnana Yoga, where realizing Brahman, how to realize Brahman. Guhyataram is how to realize Paramatma. And Guhyatamam means how to realize Bhagavan. Like that he explains. So that, as I said before, different acharyas can explain from different angle, although it will all be within the boundary of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. It will not cross the boundary of the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. It will be within that, but different acharyas can explain from different angles. It only makes the, the verse more relishable actually, because you'll see from various angles. Okay. So now So Krishna is saying, drop everything, surrender unto me. And then we also saw Arjun said, what if you engage me in adharma? Then I will get sinful reaction. Who will be responsible for that? Who will deliver me from those sins if I surrender to you? And as a master, you can engage me either in dharma or adharma. What if you engage me in adharma? If I'm surrendered, I have to do whatever you tell me. And if I do adharma, then who will protect me? Because already you said, right, if you don't do your swadharma, you'll get sinful reactions. So if I do adharma, certainly I will get sinful reactions. So Krishna is saying, what are you saying, Arjun? I am the one who made dharma and adharma. That dharma and adharma I made for those people who don't have drida shraddha, who are not doing direct devotional service 24 by 7 only for my pleasure. For those people, I made dharma and adharma so that they'll at least walk on the path of dharma out of fear of adharma. Because when you do adharma, there is punishment. That is a lower level. Out of punishment, you'll do the right thing. But those who get full drida shraddha, those who surrender to me, for them, don't worry. I am the one who made. I will deliver them. Even if there is any sin or whatever, I will deliver. You are my full responsibility. Delivering you from sin, taking you to the spiritual world, and even while you are here materially also, your maintenance, everything is my responsibility. Krishna assures that. Let's see what happens after that. What is Krishna saying in text 67? Idam te na tapaskaya. Ah, idam te na. Idam te means this knowledge which I told you now. Na, never. Uh, Atapaskaya. Tapas means tapasya. So, atapaskaya means one who is not doing tapasya, one who is not austere. So, this knowledge should not be given, should never be given to that person who is not austere. So, Arjun, I gave you this knowledge, right? This knowledge, now, don't ever give this knowledge to those who are not austere. Austere means what? Somebody who is not controlling his mind and senses. Because without controlling your senses, is it possible to be austere? No. So one who is not controlling his senses, one who is, completely engaged in sense gratification, unrestricted sense gratification with no regulation, with no austerity, to such people, don't give this knowledge. Never give this knowledge to people who are not austere. So if anyone is austere, can I give this Bhagavad Gita? Right? Arjun may say, okay, so if anyone is austere, I will give this Bhagavad Gita. I will explain this Bhagavad Gita to that person. No, no. Even though he is austere, if he is not a devotee, na abhaktaya, you should never give this knowledge to one who is not a bhakta. Na abhaktaya. Don't give this knowledge to one who is not a bhakta. Okay? Kadachana. Never. Kabhi bhi nahi dena hai. Right? You should never give to one who is not a bhakta. So then, okay, so if somebody is austere and he is a devotee, can I give this Bhagavad Gita? I can give Bhagavad Gita to that person? No, no. Na cha shushrushave vachyam. What is shushrushave? Shushrushave means one who is, there's two qualities there. Shushrusha. Shushrusha Shraddhadanasya, right? Shushrusha means who's very eager to hear. Not only just eager to hear, but also very, pranipatena, right? Like in a very humble mood. He's very, very, like a disciple approaches a spiritual master. He is very, very meek, humble in front of the spiritual master, and he wants to learn. He's very eager to hear. So if that person has that quality, then you can give. So he has to be austere, meaning he should control his senses. He should be a devotee. Don't give it to one who is not a devotee. And also, he should be humble and he should have a desire to hear. Okay. So if somebody is austere and controlling senses, he's a devotee and he's very humble and he wants to hear. He's very eager to hear. He wants to hear. To such people, can we give this Bhagavad Gita? The Lord puts one more condition. Not yet. Even that is not sufficient. There's one more condition. What is that? He's saying, Nacha mam yo abhyasuyati, right? Yaha abhyasuyati. That means one who is not, or one who is envious of me. Nacha means don't give, also don't give this to that person, yaha, mam abhyasuyati, who is envious of me. So he should be austere, controlling senses. He should be a devotee. He should be very humble and very eager to hear. And on top of that, if he is having all these qualities, and still if he is envious of the Supreme Lord, you should not give this knowledge to that person. Do you get a question here? Anyone is getting any question here? The Lord is saying if somebody is uh, uh, if somebody is controlling his senses, right? He's austere and he's a devotee. He's a devotee. He's worshipping the Lord. And he's also very, very humble. And is very eager to hear about the Lord. Still, if he's envious, you should not give this knowledge to that person. Don't teach Bhagavad Gita to that person. Are you getting any question here? Okay, I'll only ask the question. Is it possible for someone
Hare Krishna.
to be... yes, Prabhuji, go ahead.
Devotee means he is not envious to Lord, because
Isn't it?
otherwise, how can he be devotee?
Exactly. Very good. That's the point I was wondering. If someone is a devotee, is it possible that he's a devotee and he's also envious of the Supreme Lord? Yes, it is possible. And they are called Mayavadis. Do you know, we think Mayavadis means somebody who's aspiring for Brahman. But actually, Mayavadis will be worshipping the deity. They will be worshipping the deity. They will be studying Bhagavatam, memorizing the shlokas, and they have this, like we have, like for Gita Jayanti, we recite the entire Bhagavad Gita, Parayanas. Like that, they conduct from time to time. Even if you go online, you will see. Right? Entire Bhagavatam they are reciting. They'll conduct kirtans, bhajans at their homes. Everything is there. But still, what is their idea? Their idea is yes, Krishna is God, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and you worship him, you chant Bhagavad Gita, everything else they do, right? Worship and everything. But their idea is in the end, we have to go back and merge into Brahman. Everything is finished. Krishna's body and everything will be finished. He's Bhagwan, yes, he's Bhagwan. And finally, did Krishna die? Yes, Krishna died. How? We read in Mahabharata how the hunter shot an arrow at Krishna and Krishna died. But you're saying he's Bhagwan? Yes, he's Bhagwan. Does Bhagwan also die? Yes, Bhagwan also dies because ultimately it's only Brahman. Their idea is Krishna's body is not transcendental. You use, but his body is superior to my body because his body is made of goodness, my body is made of passion and ignorance. So his body is superior. So externally, for us, they look like, oh, they are such nice devotees, so strict, so austere. They have so much devotion, they worship so much, everything. You won't be able to tell that they are not devotees. But when you hear their philosophy, what is their idea in the end? Krishna's body is also finished. Ultimately, there is only Brahman. We have to go and merge into Brahman. So, this is called Mayavad philosophy. Prior to the current scenario that we have in this world, before this, there was a lot of influence of Shankara Sampradaya, right? This Advaita philosophy, which is Mayavad philosophy. So, those who are actually, like the philosophers, the Mayavadis, as we see as the sannyasis, they will be debating philosophically. But that influence was there on the entire society. Remember when we were reading about Varnashram system, I told you there are three types. There is Karmi Varnashram, there is impersonal Varnashram, and there is Daiva Varnashram. When you say impersonal Varnashram, the goal of life is ultimately to go and merge into Brahman. And for that purpose, people were following Varnashram, and this was prevalent in society. That was the idea, that even people in general, householders, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, their idea is we follow our duties and everything, and you do it in the mode of goodness, without attachment and everything. The way Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita, doing your karma in the mode of goodness, karta in the mode of goodness, like that, offering all the results to Lord Vishnu also. But the goal is ultimately everyone has to go and merge into Brahman. That is the goal of ultimate supreme goal of life. This is called impersonal Varnashram. Hmm? So they're worshipping the Supreme Lord, but their idea of worshipping the Supreme Lord is his body is also material. That poison is there in their heart. So therefore, you have to be very careful when you're associating with Mayavadis. Don't give this Bhagavad Gita even to those who appear to be devotees, because they're doing all the Sakshat Bhakti activities. They're chanting and they're hearing, they're worshipping, and they have programs at home, kirtans, bhajans, they conduct everything. But what is the goal that they're aspiring for? And even, if you want to go and merge into Brahman is not a problem. That can be Brahmavadi. But the idea that the body, because ultimately it is Brahman, the Lord's body, Lord Vishnu's body is material. That is the offense. So Krishna is saying, no, don't give it to them also. So here, when you say, one more time, 67 I'm reading. Idam te na tapaskaya, na tapaskaya, na bhaktaya kadachana, na chashushrusave, vachyam, na cha mamyobhya suyati. Don't give if they are not austere. Don't give Bhagavad Gita to those who are not devotees. That means they must be, doing direct devotional service, Sakshat Bhakti. Or who accept the Supreme Lord. Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His body is transcendental, right? That is a devotee. Na shushrushave. And if somebody is not eager to hear, he is not humble, don't speak Bhagavad Gita to such a person. Unnecessarily, they will commit offense. If they're not eager to hear and you're forcibly trying to tell them, then they'll start arguing with you. They'll be committing offenses. And because of that offense, they won't be able to progress. Don't give Bhagavad Gita to those who are not eager to hear, those who are not humble. But even if they have all these other qualities, if they are envious to me, don't give Bhagavad Gita to such a person. That is Krishna's instruction. But you may say one more point here, but what about, us? Do we have all these qualities? We are discussing this Bhagavad Gita. So do we have all these qualities that we are austere, controlling the senses, and very humble and very eager to hear, right? Am I always very eager to hear and wanting to know, or do I just log in and then I'm doing my other work? I may not be really eagerly hearing. Then is it an offense to give Bhagavad Gita? Actually, if you look at the heart, of the devotees, they don't have that envy towards the Supreme Lord, one thing. And even though they're not doing it yet, that desire is there in the heart that I want to come to the stage of pure devotional service, isn't it? I have that desire that I want to be that devotee, like Krishna is saying, one who is austere and one who, who's controlling his senses, who's a devotee and who is humble and very eager to hear. I want these qualities. So therefore, uh, even when we give Bhagavad Gita to others, we don't give Bhagavad Gita to those who are envious. We only give to those people who they may not have, they don't have that envy towards the Supreme Lord, and they would like to know about the Lord. They would like to become devotees of the Lord. To such people we give. Yes. Otherwise, the ninth offense, right? Don't give this to people who are not interested, the holy name, because they will commit offenses, right? When you preach the glories of the holy name to a person who is not interested or who is envious, then that becomes an offense. So the Lord is saying, don't give to these people. Next verse. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidhasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mame vaishyatya samshayah. Ya idam paramam guhyam. And that person who gives this most confidential knowledge, paramam guhyam, which one? The one that I gave you just now. Mad bhakteshu abhidhasyati, right? He is giving it to my devotees, right? One who gives this most confidential knowledge to my devotees, bhaktim mai param kritva mame vaishyatya samshayah. For him, two things are happening. One who gives this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to the devotees of Krishna, to which people one should not give, Krishna said in 67. Then to whom should we give? That means the opposite of this. One who is austere, one who is a devotee, one who is humble and eager to hear, and one who is non-envious. You can give. So somebody who gives to someone who is a devotee, what is he giving? This paramam guhyam, most confidential knowledge. One who is giving this, such a person, what will he get? Krishna is saying, first he will get mad bhakti mai param krita. He will get devotional service. By giving Bhagavad Gita to others, you will get devotional service, right? You will get pure devotional service. When you share this Bhagavad Gita, others means to devotees, helping them to progress in their bhakti. When you give, first thing that will happen is you will get devotional service. Pure devotional service is guaranteed, Srila Prabhupada is writing. One who gives this Bhagavad Gita to others, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And second thing is, ultimately, Mame Vaishyati Asamshayaha. He will attain Krishna. He will get Bhagavat Prapti, ultimately. So first, it will come in two stages. First, he will get devotional service, and then ultimately he will get Bhagavat Prapti. He will get Krishna. That means he'll go back to Godhead. Anyone who gives this Bhagavad Gita to devotees. Nacha tasman manusyeshu kaschinme priyakrittamaha bhavita nacha me tasmad anyah priyataro bhuvi. Nacha tasman manusyeshu, like this person, one who is giving Bhagavad Gita to devotees. Amongst all human beings, there's no one more dear than this person to me. Krishna saying, one who gives Bhagavad Gita to others, who teaches this Bhagavad Gita, right? Amongst all people, there is no one more dear than this person to me. Nacha tasman manusyeshu kaschin me priyakrittamaha bhavita nacha matasmad anyah priyataro bhuvi. What to speak of is not there. In future also, there will never be anyone who is more dear to me. No one in this entire, on this whole planet Earth, no one is more dear to me than he who is giving this Bhagavad Gita to devotees. And in future also, there won't be anyone more dear than this person. Adhyeshyate cha ya imam dharmyam samvadam avayoho jnana yagyena tenaham ishtasyam iti me matihi. So that is one category, one who is actually giving this confidential knowledge, this most confidential knowledge to others. Then next is somebody who is studying, adhyeshyate, one who is studying this Bhagavad Gita. Dharmyam samvadam avayoho jnana yagyena tenaham ishtasyamiti me matihi. So one who studies this conversation, this dharmyam, right, this sacred conversation of ours, one who is studying, such person, what is he doing? That person is doing jnana yagya. He's doing, by jnana yagya, he's worshipping me. Anyone who is studying this Bhagavad Gita very nicely, very seriously, that studying of Bhagavad Gita is worshipping Krishna through jnana yoga, right? So you're studying with your intelligence, isn't it? You're studying, you're memorizing, you're remembering. And so that study, one who is studying this Bhagavad Gita, simply studying Bhagavad Gita is also worshipping Krishna. How? By jnana yagya. Jnana yagya. You're engaging your intelligence in the service of by jnana yagya, you're worshipping the Supreme Lord by studying Bhagavad Gita. Then Shraddhavan anasuyascha shrunuyad api yo naraha sopi muktah shubhal lokan prapnuyad punya karmanam. Shraddhavan anasuyascha. So here with faith and without envy. These are the qualities. Shrinuyad api yo naraha. That person who is simply hearing this Bhagavad Gita, but he is hearing with faith and without envy, who is not envious of the Supreme Lord, but he hears this Bhagavad Gita. You just hear it, right? That's all. Just hearing is the quality, the condition. Anyone who hears this Bhagavad Gita with faith and without envy, what is the result? Sa api muktaha shubal lokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. So after he gives up this body, what will happen to him? He will achieve those planets, higher planets, where pious living entities go, where people who do punya, right? Punya atmas, right? Where they go simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita without uh, envy and with faith, you will go to those planets where pious beings dwell, the higher planets. You'll go to higher planets. Kachid, now Krishna is asking, Kachid etachrutam partha. Kachid means have you, whether you have heard properly, like a teacher asking the student, right? After giving the whole Bhagavad Gita, then also once again revising it, right? Giving the key points in the last 8 verses. Now Krishna is asking, Kachid etachrutam partha, whether all this, whatever I have said, have you heard? Shrutam, Partha, O Partha. Have you heard whatever I have said? Have you heard properly? Tvayaikegrane, tvayaikegre, tvayaikagrena chetasa, ekagra chetasa means with full concentration. Have you heard whatever I have said with full concentration, with full attention? Have you heard? Krishna is asking. Kachid agyana sammoha. Has your or is your illusion dispelled after hearing all this attentively? Agyana sammoha, right? Because of agyana, ignorance, whatever doubts you had, right? Illusion that you had, is that dispelled? Pranashtaste dhananjaya. Is it gone? So what is Krishna's intention in saying this verse? Kachid etat shrutam partha tvayaiकाग्रेण चेतसा kachid agyana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Is your sammoha, illusion, removed? And have you heard with full concentration whatever I have said? And after hearing, is your illusion removed? His intention is, if you heard and if your illusion is not removed, I'm willing to say everything again to make you understand. So this is actually the responsibility of the teacher to check with the student if they have actually followed what they have heard. Do you understand or not? And if they have not understood, then the teacher should be willing to explain everything again one more time or as many times as required. So that was Krishna's. So that's where Krishna's, what do you say, instructions end. अर्जुन उवाच नष्टो मोह स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युता स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव. What is Arjun saying in response to Krishna's question? Nashta moha smritir right? My moha, my illusion is dispelled, right? Smritir labdha, tvat prasadan mayachyuta. So, by your mercy, Krishna, I have regained my memory, right? And all my illusion is now dispelled. Sthitosmi gata sandeha. Now I am situated and, properly situated in knowledge, and all my doubts are removed. Karishya vachanam tava. I will do as you have said. I will, whatever you have asked me to do, whatever you have said, I will do. I will now act according to your instructions. All my doubts are removed, like this. So now 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. These are the last 5 verses. So this chapter I have explained in terms of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So this is the end of Bhagavad Gita. We have not studied the entire Bhagavad Gita according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, just for your information. Of course, I covered, especially in the middle 6 chapters, I have covered quite a bit through Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries. And but the last 6 chapters I didn't cover all. I started in the 18th chapter only. And because this is a very, important section, all 6 chapters actually, but so I'm going to start again from 13th chapter now. Okay, after we complete this 18th chapter, I'm going to start with 13th chapter again, systematically studying all the you with following Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries. We will be just seeing the flow of the verses of the chapter, like we did in the 18th chapter, reciting the whole chapter every day and covering a few shlokas each day, and in this way trying to understand the flow of that chapter in the conversation between Krishna and Arjun. So here what happens is, when we come to 72, the remaining 5 verses, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote commentary for the last 5 verses also, but the 2 pages were ripped apart and, like really torn by a mouse. So in the commentary itself, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Lord Ganesha, he is the scribe, isn't it? Lord Ganesh is the scribe for Vyasdev. When Vyasdev was speaking Mahabharat, Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharat, and Lord Ganesh is writing. So this Bhagavad Gita was originally, written, like the scribe for it was Ganesha. And who is the carrier of Lord Ganesh? Mouse. A mouse came and tore, like bit the last 2 pages, which were written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It was bitten. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur accepts this as Lord Ganesha's will, that the last 5 verses should not have a commentary. So he does not go back and write those verses again. Rather, he submits himself, that may Lord Ganesha be pleased. His carrier has ripped these pages. That means Ganesh didn't want me to write commentary for the last 5 verses. So he just stops at this. So after this, whatever Sanjaya is saying, there is no commentary for that given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we will just recite and we will understand the translations. Sanjaya uvacha ityaham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmanah samvadam imam ashrausham adbhutam roma harshanam. Sanjaya said, thus have I heard the conversation of 2 great souls, Krishna and Arjun. Iti aham vasudevasya parthasya, means Krishna and Arjun cha mahatmanah, great souls. Samvadam, conversation. Imam ashrausham, adbhutam roma harshanam. It is so wonderful that, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Roma harshanam. And adbhutam, it is so wonderful that my hair is standing on end. Ashrausham means I have heard, right? This conversation. Sanjaya uvacha ityaham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmanah samvadam imam ashrausham. After hearing this conversation, which is adbhutam, wonderful, roma harshanam, my hair is standing on end. व्यासप्रसादात् श्रुतवान् एतद् गुह्यम् अहं परं योगं योगेश्वरात् कृष्णात् साक्षात् कथयतः स्वयं. Vyasaprasadat Shrutavan. How was I capable? How did I get this wonderful opportunity to hear this conversation between Krishna and Arjun? By the prasada, by the mercy of my Gurudev, Srila Vyasdev. Right? Vyasaprasadat Shrutavan etad guhyam aham param. This is the most param guhyam, right? This most confidential knowledge I was able to hear. Conversation between Krishna and Arjun, 2 great personalities, I was able to hear by the mercy of Srila Vyasdev. Yogam Yogeshwarat Krishnat. Yogam means this yoga. The Bhagavad Gita is what? It is yoga only, right? Different types of yoga culminating in Shuddha Bhakti. So this yoga is explained by who? Yogeshwarat. Yoga explained by the master of the yoga, Krishnat, by Krishna. So I got to hear this most confidential yoga explained by the master of yoga, explained by Krishna. Sakshat, directly. Kathayatah Swayam. I got to hear that which was spoken directly, the yoga which was directly spoken by Krishna, who is the master of the yoga, that I got to hear. How I got this great fortune? By the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjun. Rajan samsmritya samsmritya. Samsmritya samsmritya means remembering again and again, remembering that conversation. Now the conversation is over, but I'm just remembering it again and again. Like it's just coming to me. Samvadam imam adbhutam. This conversation between Krishna and Arjun, this wonderful adbhutam conversation between Krishna and Arjun, by remembering it again and again. Keshavarjunayoho punyam hrishyami cha muhur muhu. Right? I'm just becoming so thrilled, right? Hirishyami. I'm becoming so pleased, right? I'm becoming so happy again and again by remembering it again and again, and I'm just becoming so blissful again and again. This wonderful conversation between Keshava and Arjuna. Hmm? Oh, King, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue, Punyam, between Krishna and Arjun, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. तच्च संस्मृत्य संस्मृत्य रूपम अत्यद्भुतम हरेः विस्मयो में महान राजन हृष्यामि च पुनः पुनः. Tach samsmritya also. One is I'm remembering the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna and I'm becoming so thrilled. Also, samsmritya rupam atyadbhutam hare. That wonderful form of Hari, right? That rupam, that extremely wonderful form of Hari. Huh? Remembering that form again and again. Vismayo me mahan rajan. Vismayo. Vismay means what? I'm wonderstruck. I'm awestruck. Thinking of that supremely wonderful form of Krishna, remembering that again and again, I'm awestruck. Oh, great king, Mahan Rajan, Hrishyami cha punah punah. Again, I'm becoming so thrilled. Remembering the conversation, I'm becoming thrilled. And again and again, remembering that super excellent form of the Lord, I'm becoming so thrilled. And finally, Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Yet, now finally, Sanjay is giving the conclusion. So, Bhagavad Gita is spoken before the battle was concluded. So, what do you say? Sanjay is giving the conclusion here itself. He's saying, wherever there is Yogeshwara Krishna, the master of yoga, Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, and wherever there is Partha, Arjun, the wielder of the, Dhanush, the archer, Arjun, Tatra, in that place, wherever there is Krishna and wherever there is Arjun, there Shri. Shri means what? All opulence. Vijaya, victory. Bhuti means power. Dhruva, Dhruva is power. Niti is morality. And what is Shrir Vijayo Bhutir? Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Nitir Mati means morality. Bhutir Dhruva. Okay. So you will have extraordinary power. Extraordinary power. So wherever there is Krishna, there will be opulence, there is victory, there is extraordinary power, and there is morality. Victory is there. That means you are gone. Your party is not going to get victory because Krishna is on the other side. So like this, that was the end. So because the last few verses, we only recited once today. Maybe in the next few days also we will recite the 18th shloka, 18th chapter, but we won't be taking so much time now. There is no need of discussing at the beginning of the class. We will just recite the 18th chapter. So today is Monday. So maybe for this week we will recite 18th chapter and then we will move on to 13th chapter and we will start discussing. Now let us read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6. Putana, killing of the demon Putana. So in this, What did we discuss so far? We discussed that, yeah, quickly I'll go over the verses. So, Sri Shuka Vacha, Nanda Pati Vachaha Shaurer Nam Risheti Vichintayan Harim Jagama Sharanam Utpatagama Shankitaha. That means, Sukadev Goswami, this is the beginning of the chapter. Sukadev Goswami is saying that Nanda Maharaj, on his way back to Vraja, to Gokula, on his way back, on the way, he was remembering the words spoken by Shauri Vasudev, and he was thinking that his words cannot be false, right? Whatever he said, what did he say? He said that some disturbances will happen uh, in Gokul, in Mahavan. Actually, he said they are happening, meaning they're about to happen, like that. So, remembering this, what did what did Nanda Maharaj do? Harim Jagama Sharanam. He immediately took shelter of his worshipable deity. His worshipable deity is Lord Vishnu at home. So he took shelter of Lord Hari, and for the protection of his son Krishna, like that. And the other meaning is, when he remembered the words of Vasudev, he started remembering. One meaning of Hari is one who removes all inauspiciousness. That's why it is said Hari. And the other meaning of Hari is one who steals your heart because he's so attractive. So he remembered his beautiful child Krishna, who's most attractive, who steals the hearts of everyone. And remembering him, he started going here. Sharanam means to his house, like that. Then we saw Kamsena. So then, what were the disturbances that are, because Sukadeva Goswami is saying here, Utpatagama Shankitaha. Why he is worried? Why he is taking shelter of the Lord? Because of being afraid of the disturbances that are about to happen in Gokul. So, what are those disturbances? In answer to that, Sukadev Goswami is saying, Kamsena Prahita Ghora Putana Balaghatini Shishum Chachara Nignanti Pura Grama Vrajadishu. So, Putana, who is Balaghatini, right, the killer of babies, was sent by Kamsa, right, and she was horrible, very fierce. That Putana, looking for babies, was wandering, right? And wandering, where is she wandering? She's wandering in cities, in villages, and in pasturing grounds. She's going everywhere, not just looking. Actually, Nignanti means killing. So, like this, she's going, Putana, the killer of babies, Balaghatini, who's very fierce and is personally sent by Kamsa, right? She is uh, going to various cities, villages, and pasturing grounds, killing babies. This is the disturbance. Then, when Parikshit Maharaj heard this, he became fearful for Krishna. Because when you hear Krishna Katha, especially, such devotees like Parikshit Maharaj, they get so absorbed in the pastime, he became very fearful. Oh my God, Putana is there. What will happen to Krishna now? Like that. So, and Sukadev Goswami is also pacifying Parikshit Maharaj. Don't worry, Parikshit Maharaj, nothing will happen. And so he says, Nayatra Shravanadini Raksho Gnani Swakarmasu Kurvanti Satvatam Bhartur Yatu Dhanyascha Tatrahi. So that's why this verse comes here in the middle. This verse is Sukadev Goswami pacifying Parikshit Maharaj. You don't have to worry that Putana will go and do some harm to Krishna. Why? Yatra Shravanadini. Wherever there is no Shravana, of what? Rakshagnani. Raksha means that sound vibration by which Rakshasas are killed. What is that sound vibration which kills Rakshasas? It is about the Satvatam Bhartu. That means the glories of the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the devotees. So, where the glories, the names, the qualities, the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, the Lord of the devotees, they are not sung or they are not heard, right? Or in other words, wherever this is heard, wherever you hear such sound vibration, which is glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of who is the master of the devotees, that sound vibration destroys all the Rakshasas and evil spirits. So wherever such sound vibration is going on, there cannot be any effect of these Rakshasas. Yatu dhanyascha tatrahi. That means where there is no sound vibration, na yatra, wherever there is no such sound vibration, and how this sound vibration, it's not like you're very attentively hearing to that only, like now you're sitting and you're hearing. No, even when you're doing swakarmasu kurvanti, you're doing your own work, household work or some other job, some work you're doing, while doing that work and you're hearing. You're busily doing, and also that sound vibration is going in your ear. Even that much also, if it is wherever that much also is not happening, there only these people will come and attack. These ghosts and evil spirits and rakshasas and putanas, they can come and attack. But where such sound vibration of the Lord is going on, it cannot happen. So what is the intention of Sukadev Goswami? If simply the sound vibration will not allow these evil spirits to come, what to speak of where the Lord is personally present? Can this Putana do anything there? No way. So she is going there. You don't become fearful for Krishna. She is going there to die. She is not going to kill Krishna like that. So Sukadev Goswami is assuring Parikshit Maharaj like that. Then further, now he is explaining about Putana. Sakhe charye kadopatya Putana nanda gokulam yoshitva maya yatmanam pravishat kamacharini. So this Putana, about whom he had explained before, who is Balaghatini, sent by Kamsa, who is Ghora, that Putana, Khechari. Khechari means one who can fly in the sky. Khechari, right? K means like sky, right? Ether sky. Chari, who wanders. Ekada Utpatya Putana Nanda Gokulam. So like this flying, once she entered Nanda Gokula. Yoshitva means a very, very beautiful woman. How she became, she transformed into a very beautiful woman. Actually, she's a Putana, means Putana is a class of Rakshasis. So she's a Rakshasi. But she transformed herself into a very, very extremely beautiful lady. How? Maya Yatmanam. She had this mystic potency. By her Maya, she was able to transform herself. Not that she went and bought some nice clothes and jewelry and makeup and then she dressed herself nicely and then she went. No. Simply by her desire, by mystic power, she just transformed. Pravishat means before entering into Gokula only, she transformed herself into an extremely beautiful lady. And how did she go? Did she sit in a boat and cross the river Yamuna and then go to the other side? No, flying. She just flew there, and by her mystic power, she transformed herself into a very beautiful lady. And after transforming herself like that, then she entered. Pravishat means she entered. Kamacharini. Kamacharini means by her own, you may wonder why, how she, how can she enter into others' villages? And she was also going into homes and killing people. So Parikshit Maharaj can get a question, how she can go into someone else's town like that, someone's house? She's Kamacharini. Kamacharini means by her own desire. She's like that, she just goes wherever she likes according to her desire. So she was going like this, and like this she came to Nanda Gokula. Then there is these two verses, 5 and 6, which are describing. Sukadev Goswami is describing the beauty of Putana when she entered Nanda Gokula. First verse, fifth one is explaining her form, sixth one is explaining her movements. Tamke Shabandha Vyatishakta. Nahin. Tamke, how does this go? Tamke Shabandha Vyatishakta Mallikam Brihannitambastana Krichra Madhyamam Suvasa Samkalpita Karna Bhushana Trisholla Satkuntala Manditananam. So, how did she go? Her form is described. Keshabandha. She had a nice bun in the back, right? Juda or Kopu. And Vyatisakta Mallikam. She had this garland of Mallika flowers, or Malati flowers or Mogra flowers, you can say, right? Tightly. It was Vyatishakta means she firmly fixed it so it won't fall off, right? Around her hair. just see how Sukadeva Goswami is describing the beauty of Putana, the way he describes the beauty of gopis, he's describing Putana. Hmm? Brihan Nitambastana Krichra Madhyamam. So she had firm, big breasts and she had big hips. And then because of this, up and down, because they are big, in the middle, her middle portion, her waist looked really small. So this made her look extremely attractive, very beautiful. Suvasasam means her clothes were also really extremely attractive. She dressed like a gopi, with a skirt and, like a chadar on top, like that. So, very nicely attractive dress she was wearing. Kalpita, Karna Bhushana. Karna Bhushana means ornaments of the ears. So, ornaments of the ears means there's also this kundal, and also, like you have these chains that are connecting to the hair. So, kalpita means they are trembling, right? So they move, right? You have hanging earrings like kundalas. So so the movements we will see in the next verse, but they're trembling, they're moving. Her ear ornaments. Why Sukadeva Goswami is not saying kundala, instead he's saying karna bhushana, because it's not just kundala, there is more to that, the things that connect to the hair. Because the next line says, Tvisha ullasat kuntala manditananam. Kuntala means her hair, locks, black hair. So her earrings were brilliantly, shining in her hair, which made so that her hair was becoming very beautiful because of the ear ornaments. So how the hair will become beautiful if it is just hanging here? So there must be something that is going to the hair also connected to the ear ornament. That's why. Karna Bhushana, Lasat Kuntala, and her face, now the hair is very shiny, very beautiful because of the ear ornaments, and overall her face is now looking extremely beautiful because of these earrings. So because of the earrings, uh, shining and trembling, uh, the hair is also looking, so here also they're trembling, this is also when she's moving, and it is shining. Because of that, the hair is looking so beautiful, and the face, which is covered by this black hair, the face is also looking extremely beautiful. This is the description of Putana's form. Then the next verse is talking about her movements. Valgu Smita means extremely captivating smile. Huh? Smita Panga Visarga Vikshitair. And not only she had a very captivating smile, and she also had this, she's looking at everyone. Visarga Vikshitair. And they were just manoharantim, just simply by looking at her beautiful form and her nice behavior, right? She's so friendly to everyone, looking at everyone, smiling and glancing at them. Their hearts were getting stolen, both gopas and gopis, everyone. They were thinking, Vanitam Vrajaukasam. So they thought she's an extremely beautiful lady, not just a beautiful lady, such a, you know, amicable temperament, right? She's so friendly, so loving. So everyone, their hearts were getting stolen. Vrajaukasam, all the Vrajvasis, men and women both. Oh, how nice she is, right? Like that. And what else they were thinking? Amam Satam. And they started thinking about her like this. Thinking means they were talking with each other also. So beautiful, she's so wonderful, like that. Ah, Amboja Karena Rupini. In her hand, Karena, Amboja, a lotus flower. And she's extremely beautiful. She's walking with a lotus in her hand. And Gopya Shriyam Drashtum Ivagatam Patim. And seeing this, they are thinking, they're talking amongst themselves that she must be, she looks just like Lakshmi Devi, who's looking for her husband. Why? Because she has a lotus in her hand. Lakshmi Devi has a lotus in her hand. And Lord Vishnu is very fond of lotus. So he also holds lotus, right? Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So Lakshmi Devi is also holding a lotus. So she's walking around with the lotus. She looks exactly like Lakshmi Devi. Maybe she's come from Vaikuntha looking for her husband. Like this, they're talking amongst themselves. So the message given here is that if the close associates of Krishna, the gopis and gopas, if they can commit a mistake in identifying a person, right, by seeing the behavior and the form, if they can become mistaken, thinking that not even they didn't even think this is a demigoddess or maybe some princess coming from somewhere, directly Lakshmi Devi coming from Vaikunta. That was their, understanding. If they can commit such mistake, then what to speak of us conditioned souls, right? So therefore, Shastra says, don't ever, praise anyone, any living person, because you never know. First of all, you have a conditioning, you cannot see the complete picture. And the other thing is that person also under the modes of material nature, today he may look very nice because he doesn't get an opportunity, right, to do anything bad. But when he gets an opportunity, tomorrow he can change. So Shastra says, don't praise a living person like that. That's the message here. Then next verse, 7, this we discussed yesterday. Balagrahastatra vichinvati shishun yadrichaya nandagrihe sadantakam balam pratichanna nijoru tejasam dadarsha talpegnim ivahitam basi. Balagraha, grahana, right? Like an eclipse. That means dangerous. So this Putana was was danger for all babies. So Balagraha means this Putana, whose danger for babies. Tatra vichinvati shishun. She came there looking for babies. Where did she come? Previously we saw that she came to Nanda Gokula. It's not that she knew that in Nanda Maharaja's house there is Krishna. This Krishna is the enemy of Kamsa. So she has come directly to kill Krishna, knowing that this is the enemy, this is the eighth child who's going to kill Krishna. No, she was just wandering everywhere, killing babies. Wherever there are babies, she's going and looking. Is there any babies in this house? Go kill. And then keep going like that. So after going to other places, now she entered Nanda Gokula. And here, after coming, what is she looking for? She's looking for babies. Are there any babies? Yadrichaya Nanda Grihes. So like this, looking for babies, she happened to come. So Yadrichaya is, explained like somehow or other, जैसे बोलते हैं, right? Yadrichaya means somehow or other, right? Like that. But actually here Yadrichaya can mean by destiny. You can say by her own desire. That means she was being directed, guided from within. Oh, go to this house. Like that. Who's guiding her? You can say her destiny, her karma. She's meant to die. That's why she's going there. But actually, this was Krishna's desire. That before she goes and kills anyone else in any other babies in Gokula, let her come to me first so that she won't kill anyone else. This was Krishna's desire. So, by Krishna's desire, Yadrichaya means by Krishna's desire, she entered Nanda Maharaj's house. And what did she do there? Dadarsha, she saw. After entering there, she saw what? Dadarsha Balam. She saw a baby. She didn't see Bhagavan. When she saw there, her opinion was not like, here is the Supreme Lord. No. All she saw was a small baby, newborn baby, 6-year-old baby, 6-day-old baby, just laying there, on the bed. Dadarsha Talpe, on the bed. She saw Balam. And Sukadev Goswami also in his explanation, he's also explaining Balam. He's also seeing baby only. He's not saying here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No, he's saying Balam. Putana saw the baby. And what type of baby is he? Sadantakam. He's that baby who kills all, who destroys all demons. Asad, not Sad, Asad. Asad Antakam. Right? Asad Antakam. One who destroys all the Asad, means all the demonic people. This is that baby. She didn't, this is Sukadev Goswami. This is not Putana seeing that here is the baby who kills all demons. No, no. What she is seeing is she's seeing a baby, but Sukadev Goswami is assuring the people who are listening to him that now their tension is also building. My God, Putana has come. She's looking at Krishna. She will do something to Krishna. So in the middle, once in a while, he's also kind of giving them reassurance. Don't worry, don't worry. So she saw the baby, but the baby is Asad Antakam, one who destroys all the demons. And how he was laying there on the bed? Parichanna Nijoru Tejasam, by covering his effulgence. What is Krishna's effulgence? Krishna's effulgence is like millions and millions of suns. The effulgence coming from millions and millions of suns. If Sanjay explains in Bhagavad Gita about the universal form. When Arjun saw that universal form, Sanjay is giving his commentary to Dhritarashtra. That universal form, it was as if millions and millions of billions of suns, if they were to rise at a time in the sky, the effulgence that will be there, that was the effulgence that was coming from the Virata form which Arjun was seeing. So it never happens that millions of suns rise at a time in the sky, but he's explaining that much effulgence was there. And that Krishna is there laying now, but he hid his effulgence, right? He just appeared like a baby, ordinary baby. He's laying there. And this is compared how, so actually he's the Supreme Lord, but covering all his effulgence and his potency, he's just laying there like a baby, just like Agnim Ivahitam Bhasi. Agni means fire, like Agni Kunda, like a big, if there's a big fire somewhere, and if it is covered by ashes, Bhasi, right? The way Iva Ahitam, the way fire is covered by ashes, like that Krishna covered his effulgence and he lay like a small baby when Putana came, and that's what she saw. Dadarsha talpe balam. When she came, she saw on the bed, laying on the bed, a small baby like that. Now, today's verse. So now Putana is seeing the baby, but uh, Krishna is not seeing the baby. I mean, Krishna is not seeing Putana. Putana came and she saw, and Krishna was laying there with his eyes closed. That is today's verse. Vibudhyatam balaka marika graham characharatma sanimilite kshanah anantamaropayadankam antakam yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajjudhihi vibudhyatam balaka marika graham characharatma sanimilite kshanah अनन्तमारोपयदङ्कमन्तकम् यथोरगं सुप्तमबुद्धिरज्जुधीः विबुद्ध्या विबुद्ध्या ताम balaka marika graham. That means Krishna understanding that this lady who came, who is she? Balaka marika graham. She is a witch, right? A rakshasi who has come to kill, a rakshasi who's a killer of babies. Understanding this, Vibudhyatam Balaka Marika Graham, a witch very expert in killing small babies. Understanding this, Characharatma, the soul of all moving and non-moving beings. Who is that? Krishna. Sa Nimilitekshanah. Nimilitekshanah means he closed his eyes. Right? Ikshanaha, eyes. Nimilita, he closed his eyes. Understanding that the lady who came inside is an expert killer of babies, the Lord who is the soul of all living entities, both moving and non-moving living entities, closed his eyes. So there is commentaries given by our acharyas why Krishna closed his eyes. Several reasons are given. We will see that. One reason is that Krishna saw that she has come in the form of a mother, right? She's come there. Actually, what she came there, the way she would kill the babies, we will see later on, is she applied poison on her breasts and she would make the babies drink her milk and then the babies would die. That means she's coming in the role of a mother. Huh? So her intention is to kill. Her reality is she's a Rakshasi. But externally she's disguising as a mother. So Krishna didn't like to look at her. He didn't want to look at her, who's coming with such wicked intentions to kill him. Although externally she's disguising as a mother who's having motherly affection. She wants to feed her milk to Krishna. So he didn't want that. That's why he closed his eyes. That's one reason. Then further, it is said that Maharaj says, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj says that one one commentator said that, little babies, when they see strangers, they just close their eyes. When they see strangers, they just close their eyes. But Maharaj didn't agree with that. He said, we don't see that babies, when they see strangers, they close. They just keep looking at them, and even, if they just pick them up and walk away, also they don't say anything. 6-day-old baby, they just go with whoever takes them. So he didn't quite agree with that reason. But the other thing is, uh, he knows that one more that I had heard before once, that she's a woman, right? This is going to be the first demon that Krishna is going to kill, and she was a woman, and he has to kill a woman, so he didn't want to look at her, because according to dharma, women should not be, what to speak of killing, right? You shouldn't even like punishing also is not allowed, right? Old men, women, children, they should be protected. What to speak of killing them? But Krishna has to kill. So he didn't want to look at her. That's why he closed his eyes. Like that also it is explained. Uh, so the other thing is that when he will kill her, when she will come, and when he will kill her, she will be, if you kill someone, they will struggle and they will suffer, isn't it? He didn't want to see her struggle, because she's coming as a mother, no? And a woman. But he has to kill her because she's coming to kill him. So he couldn't see her struggling and suffering at the time of death. So he just closed his eyes like that. Then the other reason that is explained is that uh, she's coming with poison. I'm just a small baby. I drink milk, and I have come, as Krishna says. Krishna is eating, I like to eat butter, I like to eat milk sweets and yogurt. This is my food. She wants to feed me poison. Uh, That's not my food. That is food for Lord Shiva. So closing his eyes, he's meditating on Lord Shiva. You come and you take your share. This poison is your share. You eat your share. That's not mine. So my food is butter. So you come and you take your part, the poison. That's why he closed his eyes, remembering Lord Shiva, calling Lord Shiva. Another reason the acharyas explain why Krishna closed his eyes is, you know, uh, the Lord wanted to know what is her, by yoga, right? When you do by yoga, you can find out what is her past. What is her past? Who is she? She's coming to kill me. What is her past history? Why is she coming to kill me? So for that, he's closing his eyes, because when you do yoga, you close your eyes to meditate. In yoga, there is dhyana, dharana, right? Meditation, smaranam. So he wants to think about he's doing yoga. That means he's closing his eyes to see who is this Putana, right? Why is she coming to kill me? What is her past? Like that. Then one more reason is, did Krishna have to do yoga to figure out her past? I don't know. No, he doesn't have to do anything actually, but yeah. And then the other reason that the commentators, the Acharya explains is that, of course, now she's coming with this wicked intention. She wants to kill me, but everyone has some good and bad also, right? It's not that one person will have only bad. Is there any good also in her? Did she do any good things in her life in the past? So he just closes his eyes to see her history. Is there any good in her, like that? For that, he closed his eyes to see. One more thing is, Krishna is thinking that I have not descended to this world for my own protection. I have come here, paritranaya sadhunam, right? To protect others. So, who are all the other babies that she wants to kill? Who are the other babies that I need to protect? So, Krishna, by closing his eyes, he's just scanning through to see who are the other babies that I'm supposed to protect, like that. That's the other reason. Then, one more thing is, we have the Indriya Adhishtana Devatas, right? So, the sun and moon, they are there in the eyes. They are the controlling deities. Of course, Krishna does not have controlling deities, but still, they are the eyes. Sun and moon are the eyes of Krishna. We read that, right? Right? In the universal form, when we read the Virata Purusha, the sun and moon are the eyes of the Lord, like that we read. So the sun and moon are thinking that Krishna, it is his nature that one way or the other, anyone who comes to him, that person will be delivered by Krishna. But this lady, she's so wicked, she's coming to Krishna. He will give her liberation. He will send her to Vaikuntha. That's Krishna's nature. We cannot stop. He can do whatever he wants, but we won't allow her to go through our path. When someone in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we read, when someone gets liberation, when they leave their body, they go either in light or in dark. Those who die in light, they take the path through the sun and moon. What is that called? I forget the name, but it's that path is called something by some name. So you take that path. Huh? Big sa, Chinmay Mataji. What is that path called?
Mataji, Uttarayana Dakshina, something they told that one only.
No. That path is called something. The path on which they walk uh, through the sun and moon, there is some name. I heard it, I just forgot. It slipped my mind. But anyway, when I remember, I'll tell you. So, sun and moon are thinking, if he wants to send, let him send by some other path, but not through our path. We won't let her go through our path. So they close their doors. You cannot come through our path, through our planets, you cannot go. If he wants to send by some other way, he can do. So therefore, they close the eyes. Sun and moon close the eyes because that is closing their doors. She cannot come through our path. And one more reason is given is that, uh, the eyelids, uh, King Nimi, King Nimi is there in the eyelids. So he is thinking, or he is telling Krishna that, my Lord, you are only seeing the external. Externally, she is looking so beautiful, or externally, she has come with the affection of a mother. You are only seeing her from outside, what she is looking like. You look at her from inside. You know how wicked, how dangerous she is. So don't just go by the looks outside. You have to look inside. That's why he closed the eyes, right? King Nimi closed the eyes so that Krishna will see her from inside, not just from outside, like that. And then uh, Srila Vallabhacharya says that Putana is avidya. Avidya cannot stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya hoy andhakar. Jaha Krishna taha nahi, Mayar adhikar. So, avidya is a component of Maya, Mahamaya. So, Putana, being avidya, cannot stand in front of Krishna. So then if she cannot stand and if he's looking at her, then she won't be able to do. The pastime won't happen. She won't be able to come close and she won't be able to, nurse Krishna and then get killed by Krishna. It will not happen. So that's why Krishna closed the eyes. And another explanation is given that, when you are looking at someone, then that person becomes fearful. If someone wants to harm you, and if you're just looking directly into their eyes, then they become fearful and they're not able to do anything. In this case, Maharaj gives the explanation of a tiger. It is said that if a tiger comes to attack you, if you don't get scared, but you just stop and you just look into the eye, the tiger will not harm you because it sees that you're fearless. And then, of course, Maharaj says We don't know how far it is true, but that's what people say. So don't try it out. But if you end up in such a situation, this is the last resort. Just look in the eye and then it won't hurt you. So that's why if Krishna is looking at Putana, then Putana will not be able to go ahead with her, nefarious intention to kill Krishna. She won't be able to do anything. So that is why Krishna closed his eyes to encourage her, come, and you try, you do whatever you wanted to do, you just come and do. That's the reason. So, like this, and then one more is, yeah, so ultimately what we said in the beginning, right? She has come as a mother, but she's a kami. That's kami means desire, right? One who is filled with desire, with lust. But here, it's not what is her desire. Her desire is to kill Krishna. So, same thing. She's coming in the form of a mother, but she has this desire to kill me. Krishna didn't like to look at her. So he closed his eyes. So these are the reasons why, some reasons. Actually, I heard there are like 26 reasons or something why Krishna did not or look at Putana when she came. Putana was looking at him. How Putana was looking at him, we saw in the previous verse. This verse is explaining why Krishna did not look at Putana. Then the next two lines are saying we can discuss it tomorrow. It's already time, right? Quickly, I'll say. Anantam aropayad ankam antakam. So Krishna is Anantam. That means he has no death. Nobody can kill Krishna. Antakam, he kills everyone. He is Anantam and he is Antakam. Right? Anta. That means he kills everyone. Everything is annihilated. Ultimately, it goes back into the Lord. Everyone, in the form of time, he kills everyone. But he himself has no death. That Krishna, she picked up into her lap. Ankam means her lap. So she picked up Krishna, who has no death, into her lap with what? With the intention to kill him. But in reality, Krishna cannot be killed. So what is her position? Yatha uragam suptam abuddhi rajjudhihi. Uragam suptam. Uragam means a serpent, a snake. Suptam, a sleeping serpent. Abuddhi means one who has no knowledge, right? Without knowledge, an ignorant person picks up a sleeping snake. Rajju means a rope. Thinking it to be a rope, he picks up a snake, right? Dhihi means by his intelligence, he's thinking this is a rope and he's picking up. Like that, Putana picked up Krishna, put her in her lap, thinking him to be an ordinary baby that she's going to kill. But in reality, who did she pick up? She picked up her own death. She wanted to kill him. She won't be able to kill him. Rather, she will get killed because he kills everyone. Right? Yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajjudhihi. So about serpent, it is said that when the serpent sleeps, it twines around like a rope, right? Like this in a circle, and then it sleeps. So it looks like a rope. And sometimes even if it is like, flat like this, that also can look like a rope. So people can mistake a serpent to be a rope. And anyone who picks up a rope, the snake, thinking it to be a rope, what will happen? It means death to that person. That serpent is going to bite and that person will be dead. That is the destination of Putana. So we did not read the translation and purport. It's already 8:15. I'll just read quickly, please. Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading super soul lying on the bed, understood that Putana, a witch who was expert in killing small children, had come to kill him. I'll read slowly. Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading super soul, lying on the bed, understood that Putana, a witch who was expert in killing small children, had come to kill him. Krishna understood. Therefore, as if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. And that's the other thing. As if he got scared of Putana. She's going to come to kill me. So he closed his eyes. As if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. This Putana took upon her lap him who was to be her own annihilation. Just as an unintelligent person places a sleeping snake on his lap, thinking the snake to be a rope. Purport. In this verse, there are two perplexities. When Krishna saw that Putana had come to kill him, he thought that since this woman was present with motherly affection, although artificial, he had to offer her a benediction. Acha, at this point I didn't say. Therefore, he looked at her with a little perplexity and then closed his eyes again. Putana Rakshasi also was perplexed. She was not intelligent enough to understand that she was taking a sleeping snake on her lap. She thought the snake to be an ordinary rope. The two words Antakam and Anantam are contradictory. Because of not being intelligent, Putana thought that she could kill her Antakam, the source of her annihilation, but because he is Ananta, unlimited, no one can kill him. So, one point here is that in this verse, for the first time, Sukadev Goswami says, Acha, it doesn't come yet. Okay, I'll stop here. I'll discuss it again tomorrow. We will cover it. But one point here is, no, it's okay. I'll stop here tomorrow. Thank you. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. So if
Jai.
anyone has any questions, you can ask, and those who want to leave can leave.
Mataji, just one quick question.
Yes.
Like you are not on this contest, but you spoke about the Virata Rupa, right? Like Arjuna saw the Virata Rupa. So can you little bit explain about the difference between this Virata Rupa and the incarnate, like not the other Virata Rupa that came from the stem, right? Like that material Virata Rupa. What is the real difference?
Yes, Mataji. Actually, there are three Virata. Virata means very big. Virata Rupa means three. There are three Virata Purushas. Two are transcendental, one is material. So the Virata Purusha that we discuss in the second canto and third canto, that material means like us. We have a material body and the spirit soul. So that Virata Purusha's body is made of material elements. And what is that? That is nothing but this universe. Everything that is there in this universe, that is the body of Virata Purusha, and he has a body just like Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. That means he has many heads, many hands, many legs. Only the body is made of material elements. This is the material Virata Purusha. There are two other Virata Purushas. All are identical, by the way. All three look the same. Many heads, many hands, many legs. But two are transcendental bodies. One is Karanodakashaya Vishnu, two is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and the third Virata Purusha is the Virata Purusha which has this material, like what we read in second canto, third canto in the universe. That is the material Virat. So these are the three. What is the Virat that Arjun saw? Arjun was seeing Karanodakashaya Vishnu, Mahavishnu. He was seeing, that's why, because Krishna says, I'm going to give you transcendental eyes now to see me. So he was seeing the transcendental form. He was seeing that Mahavishnu, from his every skin pore, so many universes are coming out. And at times when you see, Krishna is saying, Arjuna is saying that in you I'm seeing all these demigods, they are entering into your mouth. And also he's seeing that all these, as Kala Rupa, they're seeing you as time. So what he's seeing is, he's seeing the Karanodakashaya Vishnu, and then from his skin pores, there are many universes are coming. He's zooming into one universe, and in that universe, he's also seeing the material Virata. So depending on the verses that you're reading in that chapter, 11th chapter, you should understand which verses are talking about Karanodakashaya Vishnu and which are talking about the material Virata.
Okay, thank you. And what is the second one then?
Garbhodakashaya.
No, but where
Garbhodakashaya
do we
Vishnu.
relate that?
Where will we see in this? When we are reading about Virata Purusha second and third cantos, we see, because actually it is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu only who is there as Paramatma in Virata Purusha. So he is the one who is entering into the heart, right? He's like Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is holding that Virata's body in his belly, right? With all those elements, 23 elements are in the belly. And then this Garbhodakashaya Vishnu enters into the heart, Hridayakasha, right? Inside the heart region. Now there is Paramatma for that. And because Paramatma enters, now gradually eyes are formed, hands, legs are formed, and Virata is formed inside. And the Virata comes out also in the heart. There is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu as Paramatma, like that.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so much.